Broadcasting live from the Albay PIO News Center, providing you the most exclusive news update from all over the province. This is News at 12. News at 12.
For the local scene, Albay advances 10-year security for resettled families. The provincial government of Albay, through the Provincial Human Settlement Office, conducted a 6-day series of profiling and qualification assessments for the regularization of security of tenure of bona fide residents of Bongkaras Village at the Tagaytay resettlement site in Barangay Tagaytay, Camalig, Albay. The initiative will proceed to the next phase, which includes the signing of the agreement and issuance of the certification of no objection to qualified beneficiaries, expected to be scheduled within the month. Following decades of residence at the resettlement site, eligible families will be awarded certificates of lot entitlement, formalizing their tenure over the respective lots. Moreover, PESO job fair to offer 186 positions in Albay. The provincial government of Albay, through the Public Employment Service Office of Albay, will hold its annual job fair on August 20th at the Albay Astrodome, offering employment opportunities to qualified Albayanos. According to PESO Albay, 27 companies are participating in the job fair and are offering a total of 186 positions across various industries, covering both white-collar and blue-collar employment opportunities. The available positions include local and international employment opportunities with specific vacancies and qualifications posted on the official PESO Albay social media page. Free services will also be available during the one-day event, including printing, refreshments, training registration, and other assistance for participating partners. Interested applicants are encouraged to bring multiple copies of their updated resumes, valid identification cards, and other pertinent documents to facilitate their applications. The job fair is organized in partnership with the Technical Education and Skills Development Authority, or TESDA, Department of Labor and Employment for Region 5, Department of Migrant Workers, and other partner agencies. Meanwhile, Apsimo Daraga LGU inspect Miisi Gali amid continuous rainfall. The Albay Public Safety and Emergency Management Office, in coordination with the local government unit of Daraga, conducted an ocular inspection of the Miisi Gali on August 6 and 7, following days of continuous rainfall in the province. Apsimo Chief Oscar Robert H. Cristobal, together with the Daraga Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Officer, led the inspection to assess the condition of the gali and identity potential hazards caused by persistent rains. The inspection forms part of the provincial government of Albay's continuing safety and hazard monitoring efforts in response to rainfall advisories issued by the Philippine Atmospheric, Geophysical, and Astronomical Services Administration. Authorities closely monitored the Miisi Gali, one of the major drainage channels on the slopes of Mayon volcano, for possible debris flow, lahar movement, erosion, and flooding that could threaten nearby communities during prolonged rainfall. Back on the news, Apsimo said continuous field assessments and coordination with local DRRM offices remain essential to ensure the timely dissemination of warnings and implementation of appropriate preparedness measures in vulnerable areas. In the national scene, Philippines secures $600 million U.S. grant for healthcare systems. The Philippines has secured $600 million or 36.95 billion pesos U.S. grant to expand access to quality healthcare, strengthen health services, and boost the country's resilience against public health threats. The funding will support the Department of Health in upgrading medical services, strengthening outbreak response, and improving national health security. Priority programs will include HIV, tuberculosis, neglected tropical diseases, and maternal, newborn, and child health, along with better health sector financing and management. The grant also builds on a separate 11.8 billion pesos or $993 million 5-year program to detect, treat, and prevent HIV and TB. Meanwhile, Marcos names Mercado as new DOH Secretary. President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. has appointed PhilHealth Acting President and CEO Dr. Edwin Mercado as the new Secretary of the Department of Health, replacing Dr. Jose Brix Pujalte Jr. Palace Press Officer Claire Castro said Pujalte voluntarily resigned due to health reasons after serving as DOH Secretary for only a short period. Mercado will be replaced at PhilHealth by Ayala Healthcare Holdings Incorporated, Chief Health Officer Beverly Lorraine Ho as the state health insurer's new president and CEO. In another story, Escudero urged DOH stability to sustain universal healthcare reforms. Senator Francis Cheese Escudero called for stability at the Department of Health to sustain universal healthcare reforms and expand access to medical services nationwide. Escudero said the government should prioritize preventive healthcare, emergency response in remote areas, and more consistent implementation of universal healthcare programs among local government units. He also said PhilHealth has sufficient funds, but its system need to be improved to expand coverage and strengthen healthcare delivery. For the news outside the country, Iranian political system remains opaque amid internal power struggle. The appointment of Mohsen Zerai to Iran's Supreme National Security Council comes amid significant uncertainty over the country's internal political dynamics, according to analyst Treta Parse of the Kinsey Institute for Responsible Statecraft. Parse said there is a tremendous amount of opacity about developments within the Iranian system, as authorities maintain discipline to keep internal political processes from public view. He also said hardline elements within the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps have grown stronger since the war, with generals and diplomats engaged in a power struggle. Despite tactical differences, Parsi said Iranian decision makers may have a greater consensus on their long-term strategic objectives. Meanwhile, Rizai appointment may signal closer leadership alignment in Iran. The appointment of Mohsen Rizai to Iran's Supreme National Security Council could signal a stronger alignment between the country's supreme leader and the presidency, while also pointing to greater militarization of its security apparatus. The position is critical as it coordinates political and national security matters, with Iran currently facing key decisions on talks with Oman and diplomatic engagement with the United States. The appointment may also indicate a shift or continuity in Iran's policies and reflect changes in the balance between its political and military leadership. And a related update to our country. Marcos U.S. officials reaffirm stronger Philippine-U.S. defense ties. President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. welcomed senior U.S. defense officials in Malacanang as the Philippines and the United States continued efforts to strengthen their long-standing defense partnership and regional deterrence in the Indo-Pacific. U.S. Undersecretary of War for Policy Elbridge Colby described the Philippines as a model ally and reaffirmed Washington's commitment to its treaty ally, emphasizing stronger and more sustainable partnerships. Colby said the U.S. seeks partners, not protectorates, stressing that stronger allies contribute to a stronger deterrence as the Philippines continues to modernize its military and expand defense cooperation. The two countries maintain defense cooperation through the 1951 Mutual Defense Treaty, the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement, and the Visiting Forces Agreement. The alliance has gained added significance amid tensions in the West Philippine Sea and the Philippines' continued efforts to assert its maritime rights under the international law. Colby's visit is part of a four-nation tour covering Indonesia, Thailand, and Cambodia to reinforce U.S. engagement and promote durable peace in the Indo-Pacific. That ends our news break for today, August 11, 2026. We'll be back for tomorrow for more news updates. Thanks to our new news break writers Eljo Lorejo and Ian Boetre. And on the technical side, we have Mr. Richard Bobes. To our Provincial Information Office OIC Marty Gonzalez, under the supervision of our Governor Noel E. Rosal. This has been your anchor, Anessa P. Babb. Thank you for subscribing. Albay in my heart.